Hi everyone, it's Rachel from Sweet and Simple Home. Thanks so much for coming by my channel today. So I took a couple weeks off to enjoy a summer trip with my family. Thank you so much for your patience and waiting for me to return. When we come back from our vacation, it always hits us like a wave. The fact that back to school is literally just around the corner. Our schools here in Idaho start kind of early, like mid-August. So I only have a couple weeks and I am fighting that panicked feeling. So I'm gonna take today, I've got my apron on and I'm just gonna work on food prep especially and a few other things that I wanna show you for back to school. So let's get to it. You can grab your apron, grab a cool beverage if you'd like, and let's get working on back to school. I'm going to show you a few of my go-to recipes for quick, easy lunch prep that I think will be helpful if you have kids going back to school, if you yourself are a teacher going back to school, or if you just like easy go-tos for lunch prep, breakfast, things like that. So I'm going to show you a few of my faves and let's get to it. So this fantastic set of knives will be featured in my video today because I am partnering with Knifesaga. These are gorgeous, high-quality knives that you don't actually mind having out on your counter. I don't pretend to be like a master chef or anything. I'm just a home cook that likes cooking great meals for my family. And you can see how that knife blade goes all the way through the knife. I've been told by a friend who's actually a chef that that's a really good sign of a quality knife. So I am pleased with that. I like the aesthetic of it, especially in my white kitchen. I'm gonna be using these knives throughout my video and I will tell you a little bit about the company. One of the things I look for in kitchen knives is warranty. Are the knives gonna last? And Knifesaga has a lifetime warranty. The other thing I look for is practicality. Do they work well for the average cook, like me? I've tested every knife in this set and the kitchen scissors as well, and they really work very well for me. So they're not majorly high maintenance, just hand wash with mild soap and water, wipe dry. And something I didn't know that they put in their care instructions is to periodically apply mineral oil to the blades that will prevent rust. So why hadn't anyone told me this before? I don't know, but I will definitely be doing that. But they are very affordable. And Knifesaga is offering 30% off to my viewers. I have the link that you can use below in the description box, and then just enter the code Rachel in all caps, easy peasy, and you can get 30% off. So great deal. Thank you, Knifesaga, for this code. Really appreciate it for my viewers. So I'm going to start out with the most basic thing I do, and that is cutting carrots up into smaller carrots. Price per pound, you're getting more for your money if you go with the bigger carrot and just break it down into the smaller carrot yourself. And then you can pack this with ranch or whatever dip you like hummus, or even one of my kids just loves these with peanut butter. It's up to you what your kids really like, but anything with dip is a win for my kids. So I'm going to start cutting these up. So I also keep the little tops and bits that I cut off the bottoms, and I save those, put those in the freezer, and I'll add that to my bone broth making. When I do that, I just can use these bits up, put them in some bone broth, and the nutrients are added to the bone broth, and I'm reducing waste. Yeah, that's about how big I make them. All right, carrots are chopped for me. Worth it. You can have a little sort of like dipping fun piece to your lunch. Carrots are really cheap, really filling, really nutritious. It's a win. Here's what's headed into the fridge for packing lunches. So this is my broth bag. I have pieces of onion and again some of those carrot tops. I'll add these to the bag. When this is full and when I have some bones, I will cook them in my Instant Pot for several hours, and it just makes a really good nutritious bone broth. So gonna save those as well. Okay, next I'm going to work on some homemade granola bars. This is my recipe. I make my own because my kids have some food allergies, especially to nuts and seed oils, and so I have to kind of do this on my own if I want them to be able to pack something like a granola bar for lunch. It's actually pretty simple, really affordable, so let me show you what I do. All right, so you have 1.5 cups of oats and then just a little bit of salt, 1/4 teaspoon about, and you're gonna just mix those together in a bowl. Then you'll take tahini or some other nut-free butter, like if you can have sunflower butter, that's an option. If you can have peanut butter or almond butter, that's an option. Whatever kind of butter works for you. And then 1/2 cup of honey, and you're gonna melt those in the microwave together, like in 20 to 30 second spurts. You don't wanna burn it until it's like nice and ooey gooey. Then you'll mix that all together. You can mix in other things, like if you have dried fruit or like pumpkin seeds or something like that you want to add, this is when you add that in, about a half a cup total. And then you're going to press that into an 8x8 lined parchment pan and just let it cool in the fridge. And then you can chop it up into bars. So I am going to use some chocolate chips and I'll show you how I do that. A lot of dried fruit is actually covered in sunflower oil, so I tend to have a hard time finding that we can use. My youngest is allergic to sunflower oil, so we're going to make these. They're going to be yummy and they're going to love them. So this is what I'm using in place of nut butter. It's okay. I think tahini would probably be better, but because we have it and I want to use it up, we're going to use this. So I just sprinkled a little salt on this 1.5 cups of oats. Just gonna kind of mix that in a bit. All right, here goes the honey. One of the things I've done before is I've used a mixture of honey and maple syrup to kind of mix up the flavor, so you could definitely do that as well. All right, I'm pretty pleased with the texture and consistency. This is after about 35 seconds. So I'm gonna mix this in to the oats. All right, one more tip when you're making the homemade granola bars is that I wait until my mixture is cooled off a bit before I add chocolate chips. Otherwise, it'll get all melty and gooey and disgusting. I've done that. It's not appealing. So wait a minute until it's cooled down, and then your chocolate chips will stay in that shape. This is ready now to be pressed into my pan. So this is my 8x8 pan. I've got my Knifesaga kitchen scissors. These are awesome kitchen scissors, by the way. And I'm gonna show you how I get the parchment paper to sit nicely in the pan. I just cut a square like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. We are not into perfectionism here. Like that, and then it lays a lot nicer in the pan. Ta-da! Okay, those are ready to go in the fridge. I'll leave them in there for half an hour to an hour, just depending, and then cut them up into little bars. Okay, so the last little food prep that I'm going to do today is with fruit, to show you how I prep fruit for back to school. I usually do this with apples, but apples were not as affordable as pears were this week at the grocery store, so I'm doing pears, but you could totally do this with apples. I have this lovely pear that I have cleaned and washed. I've got the utility knife here from Knifesaga that I'm going to use on this cute little cutting board. This was a gift, a teacher gift that we got from a student. So I'm going to use that to cut this into little slices. So this utility knife is fantastic. It's perfect for doing these little jobs like this. What I'm gonna do to make this pear not go totally brown by the time my kids have it for lunch is I'm gonna add some lemon juice to it. Fresh lemon juice is always best, but I don't have any at the moment, so I'm gonna use the jarred kind. It still works. It just takes a tiny bit like that and coat the fruit in it. It keeps it from going brown quite as fast. It still will a little bit, but it does work. All of these, ooh, and the smell, oh, it's just delightful. So for the dip, I'm gonna do half a cup because I'm making this for more than one child. Half a cup about of Greek yogurt, and plain is cheapest, so plain is what I'm using. You make it not taste plain by the things you're gonna add. It's probably more like a 1/4 cup of honey. You can do less if you prefer. You can do less. You can do a couple tablespoons, and then I'm going to sprinkle in some cinnamon and just a little dash of vanilla. I'm shaking this because I do homemade vanilla. It's always better when you give it a shake before you use it. A little drip of that. And stir this together. And this is, again, something that's really versatile. You can play around with it. You could mix it in with cream cheese as well, if you wanted to use your blender or your mixer and make it thicker, which I've also done in the past. But that's how much I made. It's almost a whole bowl full with that much ingredients, and it's so yummy. I almost made that too sweet. Definitely don't use a full 1/4 cup, maybe less than a 1/4 cup, maybe a couple of tablespoons. But then for lunch, you can put these in a little container, and they've got a high protein, yummy fruit dip to enjoy. I want to go through and kind of take an inventory of some of our supplies. while I'm waiting for those granola bars to chill. I need to go through all of this and figure out what we have that we can reuse for next year. You can definitely reuse rulers and like these whiteboard erasers. These sorts of things can all be reused. Stuff here, drawing books, stuff like this. I think also I'm just gonna take my magic eraser and kind of erase some of the scuffs on here, because I feel like you could really reuse this. It's in really great shape, minus the scuffs on the top. So I'm gonna do that. Nice. Good as new. The granola bars are now set up. I've had them in the fridge for a good 45 minutes. I'm going to use this knife to go ahead and cut up these into granola bar size, little rectangle shape. So I'm going to get to that right now. I just go ahead and use that parchment paper to just move it to the cutting board. I chose the bigger knife from my Knifesaga set to cut through this because it is a little bit thick and hardened, you know, because it's been in the fridge. I cut them into these rectangle shapes. They look just like chewy bars. They taste amazing, and they're so much cheaper, and you customize it to whatever ingredients work for you and your family. Well, thanks everyone for joining me today. It was good to be back with you all after my vacation. I hope you enjoyed some of the recipes, some of the ideas for back to school. I hope that this video was inspiring in some way for you all. If it was, I hope you will give it a thumbs up or hit the hype button, leave a comment or emoji. All of that helps the channel so much. And thank you to Knifesaga for sponsoring me in this video. And if you're interested in a new set of knives for your home, I have everything you need to know about my set and Knifesaga linked down below in the description box. I hope you will go give them a visit. Thanks again for watching, you all. You can take care, and I will be back with more soon. Bye.